Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this TradeStation webinar. Hopefully, you guys can hear me well. My name is Jesus Nava. I'm the Director of Client Training and Education for TradeStation Securities. I enjoy these sessions a lot because I get to meet you guys in person and also show you some of the great features and functionality that has been implemented on the TradeStation technology. Today, we're going to highlight the TradeStation web trading. I'm going to have the chat window open and handy here on my side so that I can answer any questions that are coming along. So please feel free to submit any questions, any comments, and we'll try to make this class as interactive as we can. I see your comments there, William and Angela. Thank you for participating. Welcome everyone from all parts of the world. Let's go ahead and get this class started. The usual disclosures. Keep in mind that every symbol and idea that we talk about is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations of TradeStation. Also, that active trading is not suitable for everyone, and that past historical performance is no guarantee of future results. Let's be aware of all the risks that are associated with trading online. And if you need additional details on these disclosures, please go to www.tradestation.com/important information. All right, everyone, let me switch over here to my TradeStation web trading. And let me start talking a little bit about our trading platforms. TradeStation, as a broker, provides you different ways and different platforms on which you can trade. They're all very good. They're all very different. They all have a very unique purpose. And web trading is one of those platforms that you can take anywhere. Mobility is one of the highlights of web trading, but you still need a web browser to pull that platform up. But one of the nice things is that it doesn't use a download. It doesn't have to be installed. It just launches within the internet browser. So it's not as quick and as robust as a downloadable platform like the TradeStation desktop, but it's still a very powerful trading platform. One of the reasons why you would want to use web trading is its simplicity. It's a platform that is easy to use, it's intuitive, it has some very great tools that allow you to create charts, maybe monitor some quotes, and put in some trades. So if your trading style is simple and straightforward, maybe web trading is one of those platforms that will just do enough for you. If you're looking for more advanced scanning tools or the ability to track more symbols or the ability to open up more charts, then the TradeStation desktop would be the platform you want to use. And the TradeStation mobile app, the one you install on your phones, you don't see my phones because of my background, but I'm holding it with hands. Is just that, the ability for you to access your TradeStation account from within your phone. Let's go ahead and go through some of the functionality that is available inside of web trading so that you can see what are the good things and what are the limitations and make a decision as to which platform you want to use. And yes, I see your comment there about waiting for the Mac version of the TS desktop. I'm not sure if I can share this, but we are working on the new version of TradeStation. We always are, TradeStation as a company is always developing and enhancing TradeStation. And we are working on a version of TradeStation that is compatible with Mac and Windows. So, yes, something to think about. But for now, yeah, the desktop is only available to run on Windows operating system. I know many Mac users that have installed Windows inside their Macs and have been able to use TradeStation that way without any problems. But then a lot of people say, well, what's the What's the purpose there? You get a Mac to install Windows inside of it, kind of defeats the purpose, right? But still, it's something to think about. So this is web trading. Okay, my web trading platform may look different than yours because I've done some modifications. I'm using different layouts. I'm looking at different apps. But here on the top right corner, there is a button that's called the Layout Manager, and you can choose how you want to split your web trading experience. And you see all the thumbnails here pretty much gives you an idea on how many boxes or how many panels are going to be displayed on your screen. When I can choose a busy one like this for panel layout, and you can see that it automatically breaks my display into 4 panels. Each one of these panels can hold up to 5 unique tabs. So you can see that each panel has tabs at the very top. And if I click on the plus here, I'm able to open up an application inside of a panel. I can open up to 5 tabs on each one of these panels. For simplicity, though, I'm going to go here to the layout manager one more time. I'm going to choose a simpler one, which is this 2 panel layout. Puts a panel side by side over here. But feel free to go there and choose the one that is better for you. Here on the left-hand side, I have a list of quotes. Some of the things that are very important, like the X's on the left-hand side, of course, they imply that you can remove a symbol. So I can very quickly just click on the X's here and you can see how to move the symbols get removed. You also get a little bell with a plus on it, meaning that you can add an alert on any of the symbols. So if I'm watching Apple, for example, I know that it's trading at $241.14. I can click on the little bell here and say, I want to set up an alert for Apple. If the alert or the last traded price is trading above, I'm going to say 250, and I just click OK. Then I've set up an alert on Apple. We can add symbols right here at the bottom, and you can mix and match stock symbols, future symbols, option symbols. So these are very flexible in terms of the asset class that you can track. You can also create symbol lists. I believe there is a limitation to the number of symbols that you can load up on each one of these symbol lists. But if that's the case, if you reach a limitation, you can create watch lists. I have a few here. I know that there are a number of default watch lists. I believe Dow 30 is a default watch list that you can switch to. That's the one that I'm on right now. In fact, I may have created again, but over here you can, add a list or create a list if you need to. It does allow you to switch back and forth between list of symbols and keep your symbols organized. If you want to keep your future symbols in one list and then have your stock symbols in another, the fact that you can create these symbol lists are going to be helping you. Let's go here and talk a little bit about charting. Notice that there's a divider here in the middle between the 2 panels, which allows me to modify the boxes a little bit more. If I want to give myself a little bit more room here on my chart. There is linking functionality that you can also, use here. So let me show you. Let me switch my quotes to the Dow 30 one more time. I'm going to come here to my chart and use the linking button right here on the tab. Notice the drop down. It does allow me to select a color, allow me to create different groups. I can select, for example, the green and choose the same green here on quotes, which allows me to click on symbols on my quotes window and have those symbols load up on my chart automatically. So this is the way that symbol linking works on web trading. Once I have the symbol that I want to watch here, this is Verizon trading at 38.76. I see a volume profile at the bottom, but the toolbar here on the left-hand side allows me to add studies, drawing tools, anything that I need for this particular analysis. Let's go ahead and add some indicators. I'm going to add click on the little sign beaker, and I'm going to add Bollinger Bands. I'm just going to click it, add it, and then just click OK. Very straightforward. Okay. By the way, the presentation is being recorded. It's not going to be sent to attendees. but it's going to be available for everyone to watch. If you go to the Learn section of TradeStation.com, this is our website, hover over Learn, you're going to see a Getting Started section there. Just click there, and this recording will be posted within a few days. It takes us a while to edit the video and run it through compliance, make sure compliance is okay with everything that I said. So it'll take us a few days before we post. But let's say, for example, that I'm watching Verizon. By the way, I'm pressing my up arrow key, and you can see that that spaces the candlesticks a little bit. If you have, or if you're using a mouse with a mouse wheel, the mouse wheel will also increase and decrease bar spacing. But if I bring my cursor here on my chart, you can see that there's a plus next to the price over here on the right-hand side, which allows me to trade. I can click here and I can either buy it or sell it short. And then I see that it'll remember or kind of capture, if we can say it that way, the price that I clicked on. So here you see settler at 39.60, or if I click on buy, you can see that 39.60 is the price that shows up right here in my quick entry bar. So here I can set a trade. Let's say that I want to buy 100 shares. Let me change the quantity to 100. Not sure why I cannot delete the first year. That was odd. Okay, let me buy 100 shares up here. This is a live order. Am I connected to my simulator, or let's see, what is the account number here? Let me just make sure that I'm not going to be placing a real trade. Cancel. There is a way for me to find out. Notice that over here on the top right corner, it says live. I'm going to click here and switch to simulated trading. It's a good thing that I caught that. I don't want to get in trouble with anyone. This is a trading account that I'm connected to, but it's not my account. It's a company or a TradeStation account. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click here on this plus. I'm going to buy. I'm going to change the quantity to 100 shares and then click on buy. Now it says simulated order. I'm just going to send it. That sends the order. And the nice thing is that I see a visual here in my chart that I can click and set profit targets and stop losses. This is something that, I like a lot about web trading, and we still don't have on the TradeStation desktop. I mean, chart trading does allow you to see your order, but it doesn't allow you to place a take profit or a stop loss very quickly as web trading does. I like this feature that you click on the order flag and it automatically allows you to set profit targets and stop losses on that order. So let's say that if I do get filled on that price, I want to take a profit. Let me just click and drag here. Notice that it also shows me the shaded area of what my potential profit would be, what the net change is, and the percentage profit. I'm going to set it to maybe 1% here. I'm going to send it, and then I can click on it again to set my stop. And my stop loss, I can set it maybe somewhere about 15 or 0.5%. There we go. So notice that this sets an OCO very quickly. So I have my entry at 39.47 and then have my profit target on my stop loss. I can click and drag that entry closer to where the market is. I'm going to drop it here to 39 or 38.90. Okay. So when I do that, it doesn't really move my profit target on my stop loss. Maybe that's one of the disadvantages of doing it this way. I know that if you send it using an OSO or an OCO, those profit targets and stop losses would have been adjusted automatically. It doesn't happen here, so I can drag that stop to a place that I want to, and then adjust my orders by clicking and dragging. So pretty easy just to manage your trades. And yes, Kita's asking if I'm sharing my screen. Kita is my colleague. I am sharing my screen. I think it's coming through to attendees as well. So I apologize if you're not able to see my screen. If you're having difficulties seeing my platform, please, you can exit out of the room and try to answer again using the original link. I see your question, William. I'm trying to understand what the issue is And okay, so you're talking. William is sending a question. He sent it to hosts and panelists instead of everyone, but he's asking about the text. The text is sometimes on top of the candles, and I can see that happening in my charting, especially if I'm doing some analysis on candlesticks and some of the orders are on top of the candles, it may just obscure some of the activity. So maybe what we need to do is just click on the candles. Let me see if this works. Click and push to the left. So I can I can do some shifting by clicking on the candles. Let me see if this works. I'm not using a mouse, so this may be a little bit challenging. Okay, I know that in TradeStation. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, click and drag. If some of the orders are on top of the candles, just move them to the left and they should move. There is a reset button whenever you move the candles like that to reset the scale in case you want to see it the way that it was before. But that would be one of the ways to remove the candles from the trading activity. Yeah, I can demonstrate that again. Let me go ahead and cancel my order. The way to cancel the order is to single click the flag, and then you can click on the little X here on the far left. And you can see that when I cancel the primary order, then the profit target and the stop loss go away. So one of the things that I wanted to mention is that this functionality of the take profit and the stop loss only works if you have an active order, not an open position. So if you have a position already open, you don't get these profit target and stop loss little boxes. But if I send a trade, let's say, for example, I send a buy order right here, 500 is fine. So you see my order right there. In order for me to set a profit target and a stop loss, I just have to single click on it. And then you can see that it has a take profit and the stop loss buttons allow me to click and drag those to the places that I want. And you can do each one separately and monitor the trade that way. So it makes it very simple to put in a trade. Okay. Of course, you can place trades using the trade bar up here. If you want to create a different display, of course, you can do that. Let me go ahead and cancel this trade from Verizon and try to place it using the trade bar. Let's suppose that I want to do a profit target and a stop loss setup again. So all I need to do is right here, instead of using a standard order, I can click on the drop down for OCO, OSO, and I can do my entry with a bracket. This will allow me to do my buying transaction and my selling transactions. So let's say, for example, that I want to buy. Let me do a stop market order because I'm doing a buy at a higher price. Let's say that I want to do a buy at 39.50. I want my profit target to be 41, and I want my stop to be 39. Okay, these are GTC orders, and then all I need to do is click on send orders. I get a confirmation, and I just click on send. So you can see that. Let me see if I move my camera away. Yes, there we go. So we can see the entry here. We can see the take profit at 41, and then we can see the stop loss at 39. If I were to move this, let me see if I move the original entry. Yeah, when I move the original entry, it doesn't affect the profit target and the stop loss. Um, Maybe that's one of the reasons why on the TradeStation desktop, it works with offsets. An offset is how far away do you want your profit target and your stop loss? In this example that I just placed here, I was very specific in terms of what prices I wanted. I wanted to buy, at 39.50, exit at 41. So when I moved the entry to 40 and 4 cents, it didn't affect the profit target or the stop loss because they were not calculated with an offset. They were just set with a specific price. That's one of the reasons why they stayed there. So depending on which functionality you like, we have all the trading tools available for you. It's just a matter of choosing the one that is most comfortable. A few more things about web trading that I like that are not on the TradeStation desktop. There is an app here on alerts. So if you open up the alerts application, you can see so all the alerts that are available for you to turn on. First of all, it just creates a history of all the alerts you've set up and which one is enabled or disabled. Let's see. I had set up an alert on Apple, but it's not showing here. Maybe I didn't set it up correctly, and that's why I didn't see the functionality that I was expecting. But I was over here and I said, let me click on this bell for Apple. I said, if the trading price, if the last is trading, let me see, let me do greater than 250. I think it's the price that I selected earlier. If it's greater than 250, then I click OK. Okay. I think I messed up the operator. I didn't select the right one. But here you can see that, first of all, the little bell turns orange, letting me know that, hey, there is an alert enabled right there. But then over here, you also see the alert enabled for Apple and get details as to what those alerts are. The nice thing about the apps or the alerts app is that you can see all the alerts together. And I can say, show me, well, these are grouped right now by symbol. So if you select group here, it'll make groupings of the symbols. You can see all the symbols together. I'm not sure why. Oh, for the symbols that have multiples, okay, it expands into the different alerts. But if you wanted to see just the active alerts, and I only have one active alert on Apple, waiting for the last price to be above $250. Okay, so that's a nice way of looking at all the alerts that are set up on your platform. In addition to the alerts, of course, you have applications that are straightforward, like balances. If you want to check your account balances, option chains are very cool because it allows you to trade options on any underlying asset for equities and indexes, for stocks and indexes. So if I choose a symbol here, let's say Verizon, it'll load up option chains for Verizon. Here we go. The expirations are on the top. So this is the January 10. These are the one that expires on January 17th, which are the monthlies. That's what the M stands for. But very quickly, I can select options from here to trade by clicking on the bid or ask. Notice that it sends the information here to the top. If I want to do a multiple selection, I have to go to the spread selector and select custom. So setting it to custom with a little plus allows me to click on one option. Just like click on the call, I can click on another call here. Maybe I click on a put, and then I click on another put. So you select four different legs, and you can see how those individual legs are sent to the trade bar, letting me know that I can trade this. Now this is a standard order, trading all these spreads. Doesn't tell me what type of spread it is. But if I wanted, this is a custom thread. Maybe it was something that it wasn't recognized at all. Maybe what I needed to do is I needed to long here. Let's do this. Um, so I can try something different. I cannot add any more because I already have four added. Okay, so you get the idea. So if you wanted to do something custom, just set it to custom and it'll work for you. Or you can go to the spread selector and say, I want to do a vertical, and then just click on one of these and it sends those two legs to the top automatically for you. So very easy to get, access to an option chain. The same option chain, you find it on the TradeStation mobile, which is really flexible as well. By the way, any questions, make sure that you send them here to the chat. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, to address any questions you guys have, okay? So that's the option chain. And I went through the charting functionality. Hot lists are pretty straightforward. You open it and you can filter through any of the filters that are here. These are my percent gainers, but I can switch this to my percent losers for today. And you even have other lists, like if you want to see the percent loser for the past 30 days, and they give you an understanding. Here's one symbol, LICN, that has lost 92% of its value in the last 30 days. The last price that was recorded is 16 cents. I don't know what the price was, you know, 30 days ago, but I'm pretty sure it was almost double that, right? Um, I'm getting a question here. Is there a way to draw a line at the opening price? Let me just see, because I know that there is a way to do it on the TradeStation desktop. On web trading, it may be a little bit more limited. Let me remove the trade bar, and I'm going to remove that active order that I have here so the chart expands better. And in my studies list, uh, I have a study that's called, yeah, price channel, price oscillator, price volume trend. That would be an indicator that is part of the desktop that is called price or line at price. And then you have the ability to modify that to be any price that you want. But it doesn't seem that we have that indicator in here. Let's see. No, it would not be an indicator that is available here. If I can use a trend line, let's see, let me go here to my drawing tools. I do a horizontal line, but the horizontal line will just be drawn wherever I click. It will not be, I guess you can draw a horizontal line and position it where the opening price is. And that way it won't be automatic, but at least it's something that you can do. Just draw the horizontal line and move. Okay. Wait, let me go ahead and click this line. There we go. When you see white dots appear on something that you click, it just means that it's been selected. So notice that I clicked on the line. I see these white dots, and I have the ability to press the delete key on my keyboard to remove anything that I select. For example, I can do that on my Bollinger Band. Let me click on the Bollinger Band. You see the white dots. I press the delete key, and you remove it. So some things, shortcuts that you learn on the platform that are not really that obvious, but that's the reason why we do these classes. Um, Anthony is asking, what is the best time interval on day trading? That's a great question, Anthony. And it's a tough question to answer. It all depends on how frequently you want to trade. The smaller time frames, like the 1 minute or even the second time frames or the tick intervals, are very quick. And if you're trading based on certain rules or certain indicators, whenever indicators get penetrated or crossed, whenever you have these smaller time frames, of course, there's more opportunities for that indicator to interact with the candlesticks. So the smaller increments will generate more trades. So depending on how frequently you want to trade or what your trading style is, will determine the time frame that you need. So, oh, when you mean, and that would be another question. So James is suggesting here 9:30 to 10 a.m. for me. I guess he interpreted your question as to what is the time frame that you would want to trade if you wanted to day trade, and he's suggesting anywhere between 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. I thought your question meant regarding was based on what time frame when you go here to the list of time frames, daily, weekly, monthly. Of course, if you're going to be a day trader, you want to avoid the ones that are daily, weekly, and monthly because you want to take a look at activity that is happening during the day. If you go a little bit higher, like a 60-minute, this it only gives you a certain number of bars per day, so that may be limiting in the number of trades you do per day. Okay, all right, okay. So let's see. Yasin is asking, will your indicators be automatically saved for each stock? And I have different indicators used for each stock on my watch list. That's a good question, Yasin. So what Yasin is asking, we have this chart linked to my quote window. So for example, if I have a Bollinger Band added to Verizon, and I switch the chart to a different symbol, let's say that I switch it to Microsoft. Now, Microsoft keeps the Bollinger Band. So the studies are not going to be specific to the symbol. The studies are going to be specific to the chart application. So any indicators that you apply on the chart will be persistent. And if you change the symbol, you'll have the exact same studies that you added. So we'll not remember, you know, on a symbol specific. If you wanted specific symbols to have different studies, you would have to create different charts. So I can have this is a chart that I would have here for Microsoft. Maybe let me close some of these tabs. If I want to create another chart for maybe a different time frame, I'll do a chart here on a daily time frame. And what I'll do on this one is I'll link it to a different study. Let's suppose that I want to do the Ichimoku cloud. So this is my Ichimoku cloud. Let me link it. So if I want to then go to Coca-Cola, for example, let me go to KO. I can see the Ichimoku cloud on KO. And if I go to my other tab, I can see the Bollinger Band on KO. So again, it's not symbol specific, but it's in this case tab specific. So is there a manual, PDF, or book that details traces and desktop functionality? There is no printed manual, although there is the help documentation. So on the TradeStation desktop, go to the help menu at the very top and go to platform trading, and you'll find documents, thousands of different documents that explain functionality on TradeStation. So if you really wanted a physical type of book, you would have to print the pages. So that would be a big undertaking because I know that there's thousands and thousands of different pages there. So you might want to reconsider, printing that as a book, although the information's there, and it has a great search functionality where you can search for keywords and it'll give you topics. So if you're looking for, documentation on matrix or documentation on order entry, it's very simple to find. Okay. Faye is asking, is there a way to add a timer on the candle? There is no way to add a timer here in web trading. One of the things that I said at the very beginning of the presentation is that web trading is more of a simplified version of TradeStation. If you wanted to run a timer, we do have a timer available on the TradeStation desktop. So the desktop has a little bit more advanced tools that we can use. So that would be the answer. You need to go to the TradeStation desktop if you want to see a timer on the chart. All right. I think I'm going to call it a class here. I think I showed you a few things here on web trading that are going to get you started very quickly, like placing trades, pulling up a chart, creating a quotes window. Those are some of the things that traders do on a daily basis, and I think that's what you're going to be doing mostly. I do getting started classes every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. So if you think of something else that you wanted to ask me, make sure that you join me again next Wednesday, and we'll talk about all the things that you're trying to do. If it's a specific order type or something that you haven't found an answer on, that's the reason why we do these. So you have access to me, and you can ask me questions on any of the TradeStation functionality. But guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being part of this presentation, and I hope that I can see you in one of my future classes, okay? Great having you. Check the calendar of events if you're looking for the next session. I will go here let me go to my TradeStation website, just hover over Learn, and then click on Events. Events is the TradeStation webpage that will give you a list of all the webinars that are upcoming. So as of today, we're right here, January 8th, we're doing the Web Trading Essentials. Our next webinar is right here on Tuesday, January 14th. We're going to do a master class on key reversals and pivots. So if you want to register for that class, we're looking forward to seeing you there, okay? Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.